What up, YouTube? What up, Fight World? It's your boy D Dynamite here, aka MrBoxingDie.com, aka Mr. Holla at your motherfucking boy. I'm in the building today, and I'm here to talk about Terrence Crawford versus Thomas Dulorme. Well, I don't know what the fuck going on with me. Anyway, people, I want to talk about this fight, give you guys my thoughts on it. Let's start off by just talking about the fight in general. So for the first 5 rounds, we saw a high-level boxing match. We saw some very technical work going back and forth between Dulorme and Crawford. Both look very sharp, man. Very, very, very sharp, man. I saw Crawford catching and countering a lot of Dulorme's jabs over the top. I saw Dulorme make the adjustment, the technical adjustment, by doubling up and tripling up on his jab to throw off the timing. I saw a lot of different things from both fighters. That was some very good technical stuff, man. I mean, you know, it was fun to watch for me. For somebody who's a technician like me, it was fun to watch, man. I enjoyed myself watching those first few rounds. Now, I would say Dulorme got the better of maybe 3 out of the first 5 rounds, if I had to say. And he was just probably a little bit busier in some of those rounds. But I definitely got the indication that in that first 5 rounds, Crawford was doing more studying and more just biding his time than actually fighting. Crawford showed very early on that he had the superior boxing skill, because if you saw in round 1, you saw a lot of Crawford countering over the top, a lot of him just kind of outclassing Dulorme. So you know what, this leads me to believe, man, that Crawford probably could have beat Dulorme in several different ways other than the way he did. And for those of you who aren't familiar with the way he beat Dulorme, he basically kind of just lulled Dulorme to sleep, with kind of convincing him that it's a standard boxing match, you know what I mean? And then in the 6th round, kind of turn up the gas a little bit and kind of introduce Dulorme to his real power, all right, and the real intention behind the fight. I'm pretty sure that what they did is they saw Dulorme versus Lundy, and they saw that, you know, Dulorme fades. He fades towards the last part of the fight. And that's definitely what we saw, man. Towards the 6th round, we saw Dulorme breathing a little bit harder. Because he was fighting very jittery, man. Like when you fight very jittery and tentatively, you tend to use up more energy just with every move that you make. The fighter that's more relaxed is always going to have the advantage because he's going to have more energy, all right? He's going to be the guy that is going to be able to go longer in the fight, because all that energy that you use up being tentative, being jittery, flinching off every feint, those things use up a lot of energy. So you could see that from Dulorme. So around the 5th, 6th round, you could see Dulorme was very winded, all right, and Crawford took advantage of that, all right, and that was the game plan, to take advantage of Dulorme's shortcomings by kind of biding his time until the 6th round. And then once he saw Dulorme was winded, once he saw that Dulorme was starting to get comfortable with the pace of the fight, he went ahead and changed it up on him and hit him with a powerful shot, man, that put him down. And that was all she wrote, man. Once Crawford has someone hurt, Crawford is like a piranha, man. He smells blood and he's going to attack, all right? So that's exactly what we saw, man. Poor Dulorme didn't have a chance when he got hurt. And that's pretty much what we saw, man. And, you know, man, I just can't get over how diverse Terrence Crawford is as a fighter, man. He goes in there, man, and he just has so many tools, so many different ways to beat you, that it's just almost unfair, because it's like 3 or 4 different fighters fighting in the same goddamn body, man. That's how diverse Crawford is, okay? I'm guessing maybe this is attributed to the fact that he has 3 or 4 trainers, you know, that have an input in his training. But whatever the reason is, you know what I mean, Crawford is just very diverse, man. So that's pretty much how the fight went. But anyway, man, what do you know, as far as a fight for Crawford, man, what we want to see next, I think I would want to see him versus Lucas Matisse. That's a fight that a lot of people are talking about. It makes sense now that Lucas Matisse has fully signed with Golden Boy Promotions. Where this fight is very, very for some reason, I can't think of words sometimes, man. This fight is very, very and there's a good chance of this fight happening. There we go. So that could very well be the next fight that we have on our hands. The WBO 140-pound champion is now Terrence Crawford. So Lucas Matisse has a lot to gain by fighting Crawford. But I actually heard an interview that Matisse wants to fight the winner of Mayweather-Pacquiao. So I don't know what the fuck he thinks. I don't know how he figures he's going to fight the winner of Mayweather-Pacquiao. But whatever. Anyway, man, I think Crawford, Matisse would be a very interesting fight. I think that should be the next fight on the docket. All right. But you have a lot of people at 140 pounds who would be a good fight for Crawford, man. Well, I'd like to see out there. You got Broner out there. You got Garcia. He's still at 140 pounds until he decides to go ahead and move to 147. But he really needs to stay his ass at 140. But you have a lot of people at 140, man, that I like to see him in the ring. I would even like to see him in the ring with Ruslan. I like to see that contrast of styles. He probably easily outbox him, but I would just like to see it. Yeah, there's just a lot of people, man. Anyway, let me know what you think. What you guys think about the fight? And also, who would you like Crawford to fight next? Give me all that information and more on the next episode of Dragon Ball Z. Anyway, man, you can hit me up on Twitter at BoxX or XDie. All right, you can also hit me up in the comment section after you subscribe, of course. If you like what I'm saying, you feel what the fuck I'm talking about, go ahead and subscribe. Let me know, let the people know I talk that shit. Okay? But until next time, it's your boy D Dynamite. I'm signing the fuck out. Holla at your motherfucking boy.